You know, now that the War of the Roses is over, I think we ought to go to the next castle and pay a social call on Colonel Dumbarton.
This ain't the time, Jed. I got the man under medical treatment.
What's wrong with him?
He's caught fast in the clutches of demon rum. But with my help, he's quitting cold turkey.
You think he can do that?
Of course he can. I sent him over a jar of Dr. Daisy's cold turkey tonic.
Well, that's a new one on me.
Oh, it's a harmless vegetable compound. As long as he don't drop it or light a match close to it.
To you, Dr. Daisy.
Uncle, are you all right?
Never felt better. Feel a different man since I gave up drinking.
You quit drinking?
Yes, thanks to Dr. Daisy's cold turkey tonic.
And what's in that tonic?
A vegetable compound. Daisy says it's mostly corn.
How often do you take it?
Oh, as required. Wonderful stuff. You know, whenever I get that deadly craving for another drink, one dose of that and the craving vanishes.
What you doing in your damsel in distress outfit?
I've been up in that stupid tower hollering, help, save me, like Jethro saying.
Didn't no knight ride up to rescue you or troth you?
Heck no. I don't think they know a damsel in distress when they see one.
Well, here's one. I got this whole castle to clean. Now take this and get at it. Where's Jethro?
Oh, he's out front setting up his telescope.
Telescope? What's he fixing to look at?
Well, the castle next door, I reckon. I'll change into my old clothes, Granny.
Good girl.
Uncle Jed, Granny, where are you?
You gotta come outside and look through my telescope.
Where?
You gotta see what I seen over at the next castle.
Oh, just.
Uncle, now why don't you come riding with me?
No, not while I'm under treatment.
Oh, very well. I'll see you both later.
Uncle, are you sure about the stuff?
Try it, my boy. In that glass, there's all the proof a man could want. Sounds as though you need it, huh?
What is it, boy?
Uncle Jed, I'm in love.
Well, doggy.
Who is she, Jethro?
Mr. Domo says she's Colonel Dumbarton's niece. Just visited. Take a look.
Oh, you're spying on them folks.
Colonel Dumbarton's got a telescope over to his castle. He looks at us. Boy, are we getting the best end of this bargain.
Oh, it's fair and love and war, Jed. We've done had the war.
Now he's got the love. Uncle Jed, she's the one I've been looking for all my life. That left Granny speechless. Ain't never seen one like her, have you?
No, boy. She's one of a kind. Take a look, Jed.
You ain't gonna believe it.
I got some in my eye.
Ain't gonna go away, Jed.
Hard to beat her, huh, Uncle Jed?
If I was you, I wouldn't try. Eh? Wouldn't that look?
No, a sight like that sort of stays with you, Jed.
What do you think of that figure?
I was just going to ask you about that. A lot of it, ain't there?
She's all woman, Uncle Jed. Well, so long.
Where you going?
Where would you be going if you was in my place?
An eye doctor.
Hey, boy, let me give you some advice. Don't get fresh with that girl.
You can come out now. I said you can come out now.
Who, me?
Yes. You're one of the Americans.
Yeah. How could you tell?
Oh, I've got second sight. Now, let me see. Your name is Jethro.
Well, it used to be, and now it's Sir Jethro. You see, the...
Oh, don't tell me. You'll break the spell. I see it all. A castle, A queen. Queen Elizabeth I. She dubbed you Sir Jethro.
You has got second sight. Can you tell why I come here?
Well, you're my Black Knight. You came here to ask me to marry you.
Doggone. You done it again. Will you?
Marry you? Why, Seth Neogrease.
Boy, wait till Uncle Jed and Granny hear about this.
Where you going, Granny?
Dr. Granny, this is a professional house call.
Where to?
The next castle. I'm taking the Colonel another jar of my cold turkey tonic.
I thought he'd quit drinking.
He did. But that niece of his would drive anybody back to the bottle. Now, I refilled your prescription.
Oh, bless you, Dr. Daisy.
It's nice to see you so relaxed, Colonel. Has anybody else noticed the change? Your niece, for instance?
You've seen her, have you? Beautiful girl. Ravishing.
I think you need glasses.
No. I'll drink straight from the jar.
Don't go away, lassie. I'm coming a-courting, singing and dancing my way into your heart.
Enchanting creature. Make some lucky fellow a great wife. What a mother she'd make.
Jed! Oh, Mr. Domo, have you seen Jed?
Mr. Clampett? Yes, madam. He's in the main hall. Is something wrong?
Yeah. Tell me, have you ever seen Colonel Dumbarton's niece?
Many times, madam.
This won't go no further. But tell me, what do you really think of her?
Well, since you ask, madam, I think Miss McGregor is one of the most beautiful young ladies I have ever seen.
You don't get to town much, do you? Jed, Mr. Domo must have got himself a lick on the head. He thinks the Colonel's niece is beautiful, too.
He does? Reckon something wrong with that telescope?
Can't be. I seen her up close. You wouldn't believe it.
Is she really that, ugly?
Not only that ugly, she's a drunk.
A drunk?
Carries it around in a big leather bag. It's got 4 straws to it. She was reeling around the yard, sucking on the hind one, moaning and squealing.
Squealing?
Oh, like a stuck pig. It was revolting.
Where was the Colonel?
Sitting there sober as a judge, pretending not to notice.
And her moaning and squealing? He ought to took steps.
Now, don't badmouth him, Jed. He's the most loyal family man you ever heard of. She was lurching around, swishing her skirts and showing her big hairy legs, and him sitting there telling me what a wonderful mother she'd make.
Granny, maybe we ain't got a problem. If Jethro's seen her like that, you know what he's going to say.
Yeah, Granny, I'm getting married. You're going to be the best man, and Granny, you're going to be the flower girl.
What did he say?
I can't repeat it, Jed.
Have you seen her, boy?
Seen her? I'm going to be a father.
A father?
Yeah, she said she wants to have 12 children.
Oh.
We'll name the first girl after you, Granny.
Oh, you don't know how that makes me feel, boy.
It'll look just like her. You can bounce her on your knee. It's got her going, Uncle Jed. Granny, you ain't losing a grandson. You're just gaining a...
Don't say it, boy.
When is this all going to take place?
She can't wait, Uncle Jed. We're getting married tomorrow in Westminster Abbey.
Oh.
Never seen Granny so happy. I gotta go tell Ellie.
Have you told her uncle?
She's gonna tell him. He's gonna give her away.
He's got her priced right.
But, Uncle, Westminster Abbey, the Queen, 12 children. I was joking. He was joking.
So Jethro never jokes. I better get over there.
I'll explain it to him when he drops in.
The last time he dropped in was from 50 feet up by catapult.
Uncle, are you all right?
Of course. They're the ones I'm worried about. Breaking it to them won't be easy. Why, at this very moment, they're probably over there singing, dancing, and rejoicing.
I think of that poor, sweet, innocent boy, Jethro. It's all my fault, Jed. I didn't beat him enough.
Granny.
I always wanted his bride to wear my old wedding dress. But on that beast, it'll look like a lampshade.
Granny.
Jed, you ain't seen her feet. This girl is a great, big, hairy, drunken brute.
Granny, if she was a drunken brute, Jethro would have said something.
Jed, with this kind, you don't kiss and tell.
What's that?
It's her! How's that for a drunken brute?
I don't think she's drinking. I think she's playing.
That's your second dad this morning. When you drink like that, you ain't playing.
She seems to be fingering the thing.
She's priming the pump. She can't suck it up fast enough.
What's all that noise?
Jed, some stuff makes you whoop, some make you holler. That's squealing whiskey. Done emptied the bag.
Wait a minute.
Every lassie has his lassie. Nay, nay, say hey.
I wonder how folks over here handle these things. I wish Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane was here.
It ain't them two that she needs. It's Barnum and Bailey.
You dodging Jethro's girl?
Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Then you just answered your own question.
I don't think there's going to be no wedding, Ellie. I'm going to talk to her uncle.
Well, he's over here to see you.
Yes?
Let me break it to him, Jed. He's my patient, and the shock could start him drinking again.
I feel frightfully embarrassed. You do see the girl's position.
Well, now, let me get this straight. The wedding is off?
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, don't give it another thought. Mighty nice of you to...
Now, wait a minute. Is he saying the wedding is off?
That's what he said.
What he meant was his niece don't want to marry my grandson.
That's right.
You keep out of this.
I'm afraid the girl's a terrible tease.
A tease. She's a heartbreaker of him. I seen her dancing outside the boy's window, flaunting her charms.
You'll have to excuse Granny, Colonel. I'll explain to her you later. She's a little upset.
You'd be upset, too, if you was to lose 12 dear little grandchildren with the shake of a hussey's beautiful head.
So sorry.
And you're gonna be sorry. I'm cutting off your tonic.
No. Not that, Daisy.
Dr. Daisy to you, no wedding, no tonic.
I don't have another word with the girl.
No, don't do that.
You keep out of this.
Minute in the car again, sir. Now we're moving into the castle here where we can keep an eye on the Clampetts.
I can't say I blame you, sir.
Well, we sure are glad to see you.
Something wrong?
No, you're just in time for the wedding.
Granny, there ain't gonna be no wedding.
And you're just in time for the funeral.
Funeral?
What's happened?
Well, Granny just got her back up. It seems that the Colonel's niece was gonna marry Jethro, but she changed her mind.
No, she ain't. Not that sweet, dear little child. Wait till you see her. She's... There she is!
That's her?
Sweet little child.
Homewrecker, you shameless flirt!
Granny, stop it!
Mickey, you drunken Jezebel!
Granny, that's enough.
Put me down!
Granny, that's not a girl.
You're right. She's a monster. And if the word gets around that she's jilted poor Jethro, there won't nobody have him.
But that's a boy.
Who ever heard of a boy wearing skirts?
The skirt of all...
She drinks rye.
Granny, that's not a skirt, it's a kilt. The boy is from Scotland, that's how they dress.
Now, you think about that for a minute. Don't she look more like a boy than a girl?
She looks more like an ape than either one of them.
Excuse me, Granny. May I see you, Miss Hathaway?
You and your big mouth. We could have sued her for breach of promise.
She's a boy.
Well, that's fraud. We could have collected twice. Yes. Go unpack, spoil sport.
I wonder why the colonel didn't tell us his niece was a nephew.
He didn't want to make Jethro look stupid. I knowed all along she was a boy.
You did?
Didn't want to make you look stupid.
Why? Well, I guess it's all settled.
No, it ain't.
What you mean?
Somebody's got to break the news to poor Jethro.
Yeah, I should have had a talk with that boy a long time ago.
Jed, break it to him gently.
She's a what?
She's a boy, Jethro. There's ways of telling.
Well, I know there is.
Didn't you see how she was built?
Well, sure, didn't you?
I should have had that talk with you a long time ago.
You sure had on it.
Now, this ain't no time for joking. I'm telling you, that girl is a boy. Now, don't give me no argument.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. She's a boy, all right.
Believe me now?
Oh, I do. I do.
What are you looking at me that way for? Girl, where are you going?
Granny, I'm telling you, Uncle Jed's done lost his mind. He thinks she's a boy.
Jethro, she is a boy. It's your mind that's lost.
My mind? Ellie, did you see her?
I hid from her.
I get it. You're always gaslighting me. You're trying to make me think that I'm crazy. You're after my title.
What?
I know it. You alls try to have me committed. I'm telling the queen on you. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you.
Can you save him, Granny?
I can, but it'll take a head transplant.
Well, where you gonna get another head?
Tower of London. He's rolling in them.
Sir Jethro? Oh, excuse me. Have you seen Sir Jethro?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Colonel Dumbarton's niece.
His niece?
Well, you sure have changed.
If Rye'll do that for you, I'm gonna run me off a batch.
Excuse me, I don't understand.
Well, a minute ago you were a great big hairy goomer lurching and squealing through the garden.
Oh, you saw my brother.
Your brother?
What was that you called him?
Harry Goomer.
A Harry Goomer. The handsomest man in Tennessee.
Granny? Well, who is this?
The Colonel's niece. The one with the handsome brother in the garden.
Doggy. Boy, it sure is a relief to... it sure is a pleasure to meet you.
Wait a minute. She's the one that jilted poor Jethro.
Oh, I only did it to save him.
Save him?
Yes, well, I'm only a commoner, and he's royalty. Well, if he'd married me, the Queen would have cut off his head.
Oh, poor darling. Jed, she saved the boy's life.
Granny, I think this calls for a celebration.
Try, Jed.
I'm game.
Let's show him.
It'll be a mite breezy. tune?
It's the tonic, Jed.
Yes, it's true. From the chart to my heart.
Scarecrow than you did as a naked statue.
Pretty fancy scarecrow, Granny, even for a royal garden.
Garden? Ain't nothing to eat. Turn a bunch of hogs in here and they'd starve to death.
Granny, I think there's one of them gardens that's just supposed to look pretty.
What's prettier? A bed of roses or a patch of black-eyed peas?
Okra, whole beans, turnip greens. You know, we ought to send the Queen a mess.
With some fatbacks and a little something to wash it down with.
Mr. Drysdale's been inquiring for you. He's rather upset.
He's whining again because we won't go home. He's crazy, kid.
Well, Granny, we have been over here quite a spell, and he'd like to get back to Miss Drysdale.
I told you he was crazy. All right, tell him we'll go home.
Mighty thoughty of you, Granny.
I'm awfully sorry to hear this. May I ask when?
When I raise the Queen a mess of greens.
Thank you, madam. I'll tell him. But that would take months.
We've got to get back. Those idiots in my bank are ruining me.
He's worried about his image. Since he left, there hasn't been a single foreclosure.
That's right. My head cashier's getting married. He'll be stealing me blind.
Stealing?
Well, he'll have to. Two people couldn't live on what I pay him.
Can't you leave the Clampetts with us, sir?
Leave 80 million? Who said the British don't have a sense of humor?
Mr. Drysdale's feelings for the Clampetts are somewhat biblical in nature. Whither they goeth, he goeth. Whither they stayeth, he stayeth.
Very touching, madam. But we've so enjoyed the Clampetts. There's so much they haven't seen. Well, they haven't even seen our ghosts.
Ghost, schmosh.
Ghost? Oh, yes, sir. Like all English castles, we have one in residence.
Well, that changes everything. The Clampetts would never forgive me if I deprived them of the chance of seeing their own ghost. Would they, Miss Hathaway?
Especially Granny.
She's fond of ghosts?
Well, let us say they really send her. Now, tell us all about it.
Well, sir, the story of Lady Clementine Clampett is quite a sad.
Oh, great, great. Stabbed by a jealous suitor?
No, sir.
Poisoned by a wicked stepmother?
No, sir.
Tortured on a rack in a dungeon?
No, sir. Kicked by a horse in the stable.
What a nothing ghost.
I think she sounds absolutely marvelous. What does she do, Mr. Faversham?
I understand she wanders about the castle weeping.
What is she weeping about?
If you had been kicked by a horse, wouldn't you weep?
Very good, madam.
What do you mean you ain't got none? The best fertilizer you can use. All right, send me over a wagon load of whatever you got.
Ah, here you are.
I know, so you want to go home.
Oh, no. Wild horses couldn't drag me away.
Just remembered what his wife looks like.
I don't want to miss the big event. Lady Clementine Clampett arrives tonight.
Why didn't you tell me you had kinfolks coming? I better go start the company victuals.
Oh, wait, Granny. Lady Clementine hasn't eaten in 400 years.
400 years?
She'll be hungrier than Jethro.
No, Granny, you see, she's a ghost.
Well, doggies, how about that, Granny?
Yeah. How about that?
Mr. Faversham just told me.
400 years ago, this very day, Lady Clementine was married here. But on her wedding night, her bridegroom, Sir Roger, was murdered.
Murdered?
Stabbed to death in the very bed you're sleeping in. And in her grief, Lady Clementine flung herself from a battlement into the rose garden below. What a mess.
And now she comes back looking for who killed her husband.
Weeping and wailing, moaning her bloody threats. Oh, if she ever finds that murderer.
Who done it?
Grandmother.
Grandmother?
Well, what kind of a grandmother was she?
Well, according to Mr. Faversham, she was just about your size, Granny.
You know, Jed, I've been awful selfish.
Selfish?
Keeping this poor man from his beautiful wife. Let's go pack.
Now, wait, Granny, you ain't leaving just on account of this ghost.
Oh, of course not. I'd just love to stay and get my head bashed in by one of your bloodthirsty relatives.
Oh, now, wait. Granny, wait a minute.
California, here we come, right back where we started from. Where about?
Hey, what are y'all dancing about?
Oh, bad news, bad news. It always affects me this way. We're going home.
We can't go home. I'm still paying court to yon fair maid over to the next castle.
Court's adjourned. The ghost of Clampett Castle walks tonight, and Granny is terrified.
A ghost, is that all? Hey, I'll fix that.
Jethro, wait. What are you going to do?
Talk Granny out of it. I read up on these here castle ghosts, and all you got to do is hold a sea ants and exercise the rascal.
Jethro, listen.
Now, don't worry. We ain't gonna have to go home. I'll flush him out.
But Jethro, you're not a medium.
I know. I'm large.
What a family! Murdering grandmother. Bloodthirsty ghost. Ah, it wasn't me, Clementine. It wasn't me.
Granny, it's me, Jethro.
Don't scare me, Dad.
Relax, Granny, relax. I'm just gonna exercise the ghost.
When there's a ghost around here, I'm the one that gets the exercise.
Granny, what do you want her?
Not in the back, Clementine.
What's the jig, Granny?
You're just like your grandmother, sneaking up on folks when their backs is turned.
Oh, Granny.
Don't deny it, Jed. It was right in this very bed that she stabbed an innocent man sleeping 27 times and cut his throat like it was a hog killing.
Sure enough.
Granny, that ain't what Mr. Drysdale said.
Of course he didn't. He wanted to spare you the shame. You think that Lady Clementine jumped from the battlement? She was shoved.
Who shoved her?
His switchblade grandmother. Who else?
Granny, it ain't the grandmother that's supposed to come back. It's Lady Clementine.
She'll be looking for a grandmother, and after 400 years, her eyes ain't gonna be so good.
Granny, I can stop her from coming.
Just don't try to stop me from leaving.
Doggone it. First they laughed at us for running out on the War of the Roses, and now they's gonna laugh at us for running out on a 400-year-old woman.
Who's gonna laugh?
Your friend the Queen, that's who.
Well, she ain't got no ghost after her.
She ain't? Every night Ann Boland is rolling her head up and down the halls. The whole palace sounds like a bowling alley. And she ain't gonna laugh, especially when you got me, Sir Jethro, to protect you. She'd drop me herself.
Well, maybe she won't hear about it.
Are you kidding? This ghost will tell Ann Boland. The first thing you know, it'll be all over the palace.
How do you exercise a ghost?
Well, first you hold what you call a seance. It gets around the table at night. And then you raps on the table for the ghost.
Shh. Not so loud.
Fine. 6 on the 6:45 flight. Good. Thank you very much. Well, Chief, we're all set.
But are the Clampetts all set?
We's all set, Mr. Drysdale.
We're leaving?
No, we're staying. Jethro said he's going to hold the sea ants to get rid of the ghost for Granny.
Oh, but Mr. Clampett, really?
You don't think he can get in touch with the ghost?
Oh, but Jethro's right at home in the Twilight Zone. I guarantee you he'll contact the ghost. Right, Lady Miss Hathaway?
Well, you ain't scared of ghosts, Miss Jane.
Oh, no, just certain flesh and blood types.
Good. Well, I'll see you at the sea end.
You can bet on that. Oh, and Mr. Clampett, why don't you let all the servants have the night off? You know ghosts, they hate crowds. It might help Jethro.
Well, that's mighty thoughtful of you, Mr. Drysdale.
Did you hear that?
Now, hear this. I will have no part of this dastardly scheme to frighten Granny. I will not be the ghost.
You'll be this ghost, or you'll be a real ghost. It's a long drop from that battlement.
You wasn't.
Never mind the flattery. You have some shopping to do in town, Lady Clementine.
All set, boy? Oh, yes, sir, Uncle Jed. As soon as Granny finishes primping.
Well, Jethro, you're wearing my damsel in distress hat.
It's my wizard hat now. Old Merlin used to wear one like this when he was conjuring.
What you wearing, Granny?
This. Ain't no ghost mistaking me for no 400-year-old grandmother.
Granny, you're wearing my mini outfit.
If you had rompers, I'd have worn them.
Oh, Granny. Hey, where's Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane?
Mr. Drysdale says this ought to be strictly family. They's going to bed.
They's gone under the bed.
Granny's hiding out in the miniskirt. I'll scare her right out of it.
Steve, it is not going to work.
It can't miss. I've got a mic and speaker hidden in there. We can hear everything they say. And when I press this button, they can hear everything the ghosts have to say.
I am not uttering one word into that microphone.
You don't have to. I've got a better angle. Now go get ready.
Can I talk to the ghost, Paul?
I wouldn't count on it, Ellie.
You ready, Granny?
Of course I'm ready. Hold it.
What's the matter?
You didn't count.
Boy, what a wizard has got to put up with. 1, 2, 3, go.
You didn't say may I.
Hey, let the boy get on with it.
This is spooky. What do you do now?
First, I got to let him know I'm here. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Look out, ghost. Here I come.
Jethro, you're going to conjure up a John.
Ellie, go on, boy.
Now I got to turn on my giant brain and put in my long-distance call. Calling Lady Clementine. Calling Lady Clementine. Hello. It's a man.
You booby, you got the wrong number. Hang up.
To whom do you wish to speak?
Is Lady Clementine there?
No, she's on her way to the Clampett Castle. Is there a message?
Yeah. Would you mind telling her that she's dead?
Dead? I'm the one who's dead.
Who are you?
I'm her husband, Sir Roger.
Jed, he stirred up a whole nest of them.
And who might you be?
Me? Oh, I'm just a friend of the family.
You yellow belly.
And the lady I hear, who is she?
That's Granny. That's Granny.
Oh, the grandmother.
You blabbermouth, I'm going to kill you.
And she will. Struck me down in my prime 27 times on my wedding night.
But I ain't the one.
My wife will decide that. She'll be there any moment. Hurry up, halfway.
I'm telling you, I ain't the one.
Do you still carry that knife?
I got something better than a knife buster.
Granny, mister, I wouldn't say no more.
My wife will do my talking.
And this'll do mine.
Gee, what happened?
Hey.
What exploded?
Granny.
She has a gun?
A cannon.
Does it?
Come in, Sir Roger. Hello. Hello! Sir Jethro D. Bodine calling Sir Roger. Come in, Sir Roger.
Yeah, come on in. I'll give you another helping of rock salt and bacon rind.
How could you make her put that thing down? Lady Clementine will be coming through that door in a second now.
Excuse me, Sir Roger. Ladies first.
Hey, you can't shoot Lady Clementine. She's kinfolks.
I'll hit her off. Lady Clementine! Hey, Lady Clementine!
Ready? Give me the gun.
That's perfect. Here, help me into this thing, chicken.
Granny has a gun.
Mr. Clampett has the gun.
Where are you going?
I'm off to see the wizard.
Hey, Lady Clementine! Lady Clementine! Sir Jethro D. Bodine calling. I got a surprise for you. Your husband's been murdered again.
When you hear a scream, don't be alarmed. It'll be Jethro.
But, Chief, you...
Shh. Start packing.
Now, Granny, I've gone along with you and Jethro on this ghost business, but this has gone too far. Now, will you please give me the gun?
Look!
It's Lady Clementine.
She's after my baby!
Lady Clementine? Wait. I'm just a friend of the family. I ain't even a good friend.
Well, so sorry you have to go, madam.
Got to. The boy's scared to death of ghosts.
Mr. Drysdale said...
Ah, he's worse than Jethro. The same ghost scared them both out of the castle last night.
Scared Mr. Drysdale so he run right through the rose bushes. Tore the seat clean out of his pants.
Well, we do hope you'll all come back again very soon.
I'll be back. Going in a new business. Granny's ghost eradicator. Relatives a specialty.
Hey, you and that gun of yours is the main reason we's leaving.
I ain't got no 6th grade education, but I speak the language a ghost understands.
Come on, Granny.
Lady Clementine ain't gonna get you.
Very here, everybody.
Aversham! There's something wrong. Folks here in London are still staring and pointing at us.
Yeah. And Queen Elizabeth herself said she'd tell him we didn't chicken out on the War of the Roses.
Right, we want it fair and square.
Yes, well, that's why they're pointing at you. It's not the finger of shame, it's the finger of fame. You're celebrities now.
Doggy.
Oh, I didn't get to make Queen Elizabeth like the rest of you.
It was a mighty high honor, Ellie.
Well, still plenty of time before the airplane leaves. Jethro, drive us over to Buckingham Palace.
No, I mean, you can't see the Queen without an appointment.
We take our chances.
What a fine mess you've got us into now.
It was your idea that I impersonate Queen Elizabeth, not mine.
Jethro, please don't go to Buckingham Palace. Drive straight to the airport.
Why, Mr. Drydale?
Tell them, Miss Hathaway.
What? The chief didn't want to come right out and say it, but the Queen has probably heard about Sir Jethro running from the ghost.
Oh, that's right. And she'll probably take away his knighthood.
Can she do that?
She can drub you. I reckon she can undrub you.
Yes, and when she undrubs you, she'll hit you with the sharp edge of the blade.
Jethro, you dumb old black knight coward. You done kept me from meeting the Queen.
Don't get upset, Ellie. We'll have Jethro to wait in the truck whilst the rest of us go in and see Her Majesty.
Mr. Drysdale can't go. He run from the ghost, too.
Oh, you're right, Sir Jethro. Oh, I was a craven coward. And if the Queen sees the rest of you drive up to the palace with me, she'll throw everyone in the dungeon.
Mr. Drysdale, I mean this in the friendliest way. But would you please jump?
Granny, we all come here together, and we're all leaving together. Drive straight to the airport, boy.
Let me sit on the outside, Jed, so I can look after Mr. Drysdale. He's still powerful shook up from that spook.
Yeah, he does seem to be mighty edgy. Can't seem to sit still.
Relax, Lady Clementine. You only have to sit for 6,000 miles.
Very fun.
What's the matter, Mr. Drysdale? You still got briars in your britches from the rose bushes?
You think you got trouble sitting? Think of Lady Clementine.
She's gonna be eating off the mantle from now till next Christmas. Jed, you look like you seen a ghost.
Now, Granny, you know ghosts don't ride no airplanes, don't you?
I ain't scared of no ghosts. And I ain't never gonna be scared of no ghosts! Get back! Get back! Where's my shotgun? Where's my rifle? Where's my bacon
Lights on, clear and bold. Grabbing my future, precious as gold. Breathless moments, now they fuel my run. Each heartbeat screams, I'm not done. Freedom's calling, it's ringing my name. Through the sweat and tears, I claim my fame. Run, gotta get out, gotta find my route. This city's a trap, of that there's no doubt. Run till the end, till I shout. I'm free at last, what life's all about. Lungs burning, sweat drips like tears. Each step forward, outstripping my fears. Stop screaming, slowly living until I shout. I'm free at last, what life's...
Your attention, please. Flight number 121 from London, now arriving.
Home, sweet home.
We're much obliged to you folks.
Not at all.
You know, Jed, after all that nice clean air over there in England, it's gonna be awful hard to get used to this smog again.
Well, look on the bright side, Granny. At least here we can see what we're breathing.
Mr. Drysdale, how soon you think Jethro will get here with the truck?
Oh, not long, Ellie. It's on a cargo plane that was due to land right after us.
Oh, good. I want him to drive me around the neighborhood to collect up all my critters.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Clampett. Don't you try to carry all those bags.
Oh, that's all right. They ain't heavy.
Nonsense. Give me a hand, Miss Hathaway.
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
I'd have helped you, Mr. Clampett, but I have this thing with my back.
Yes, he doesn't like to use it.
Look at all the mail that come while we was gone. Most of it's for that fellow occupant.
I wish Mr. Ackerman would show up someday.
Yeah, we got a whole closet full of mail for him.
Mr. Clark.
Looky here, a letter from Cousin Pearl.
Well, we'll be running along, Mr. Clampett. I'm very anxious to get back to my loved ones.
Yeah, I reckon you must have missed your family.
Family?
He's referring to his loved ones in the vault at the bank. Bye.
I'll take your suitcases upstairs.
Don't take mine, Jed. I gotta leave right away for Petticoat Junction. You can reach me at the Shady Rest Hotel in Hooterville. Ellie, call him and tell him the doctor's on the way.
Hold on, Granny.
Oh, yeah. I forgot my medical supplies.
Well, who needs a doctor? What happened?
Cousin Pearl. She sprained her back dancing with Walter McKeegan at the Harvest Home Festival and Waltz Contest. She won't be able to take care of the baby.
What baby? Who had a baby? Wasn't Cousin Pearl, was it?
Well, I should hope not. Her a widow for 10 years.
Well, then whose baby is it?
Betty Jo Elliott's.
Who's Betty Jo Elliott?
Kate Bradley's daughter.
Well, who's Kate Bradley?
She runs the Shady Rest Hotel. She's Joe Carson's niece.
What's all this got to do with Cousin Pearl?
What do you mean?
Well, she sprained her back dancing with Walter McKeegan.
Oh, it serves her right. He's the worst dancer in 4 counties.
This is the most confused I ever been with Jethro out of the house.
Let's see. What am I going to need if I have to take care of a baby? Possum fat to grease him with. Lye soap to wash off the possum fat. Cornstarch to ease the sting of the lye soap. Ellie, did you get me called to Hooterville?
Well, I didn't know who to call.
Kate Bradley.
Well, who's she?
Oh, you tell her, Jed. I'm too busy.
Well, I ain't too clear about it myself.
Oh, Jed, you remember Kate Bradley?
Word on or I don't.
Here, Ellie, fetch my medical bag and start filling. And then try and get my call to Hooterville.
Yes, Granny.
I got the truck, Uncle Jed. Hey, Granny, how soon do we eat?
Never mind that. You gotta drive me to the Shady Rest Hotel. I'm gonna take care of a baby.
Who had a baby?
Betty Jo Elliott.
Who's Betty Jo Elliott?
Kate Bradley's daughter.
Well, who's Kate?
Leave it right there, boy.
Granny, talk to the long-distance operator. She's putting a call through to Hooterville.
Praise be.
Hey, listen, Granny. I just found out that it's 8 hours later in England than it is here.
So?
I'm 8 hours behind in my eating.
Oh, don't bother me. I got an emergency long-distance call.
Hey, but Granny, I'm starving. I'm desperate. I can't wait.
Let Ellie cook you something.
I can wait.
This is the doctor speaking.
Ready to try your call to Hooterville?
Good, good.
Drugstore store. What's that, Sarah? Hey, Joe, somebody called all the way from Beverly Hills.
Probably Conrad Hilton wanted to buy the Shady Rest. Let me get it.
Just a minute. Hello? No, man, this ain't the Shady Rest. They ain't got a phone.
Well, how do I get in touch with Kate Bradley?
Well, Kate's out of town, but Uncle Joe's here.
This is Joseph Carson, president and general manager of the Shady Rest Hotel chain, limited and incorporated. This you, Connie?
No, this is Daisy. Dr. Daisy Moses. How's Betty Jo's baby?
Well, I don't know. It's still in the hospital.
Oh, the poor little thing must be awful sick. They've taken her to the hospital. Well, don't give up hope. The world's greatest baby specialist is on the way.
Granny, that's a powerful claim. World's greatest baby specialist.
Well, didn't I take care of Jethro here when he was a baby? And look how he turned out. Well, you can't win them all. Get out of there! You're driving me to Hooterville!
On an empty stomach?
Now on the truck, now get going.
But, Granny, I'm starving.
This is a matter of medical emergency, a case of life or death.
So's this. If I don't eat, I'll die.
You can eat when you get to Hooterville.
Oh, where's Hooterville? How do we get there?
You know how to get there, Jed?
I never heard of the place before today. Maybe you'd best call back and get the directions.
Yeah. Don't you snarl at me.
That was my stomach growling.
You gotta get your mind off of victuals. Now, you want to dial the phone?
Dial it, put mustard on it, and I'll eat it.
Get that truck ready.
Drugstore store. Oh, hi, Sarah. Beverly Hills again? Hello?
Tell me quick, how do I get to Hooterville?
Are you driving?
Jethro is. Hang on, I'll fetch him.
What's going on?
It's that woman baby doctor from Beverly Hills.
Somebody's playing a joke on us. It's probably that bunch over at the barber shop.
You think so?
Of course. Beverly Hills. That little woman's as certified as Newt Kiley's pig.
Sarah said that
she's in on it, too. Here, let me have it. You always were a sucker for a practical joke.
Now listen careful and get the directions to Hooterville.
Howdy. Can I get something to eat there?
Never mind that.
You ought to hear this, Yahoo. I think it is Newt Kiley's pig.
This here's Jethro. I'm fixing to ride down them directions.
Yeah, son. You say you're driving? Good. Now listen carefully. First you.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I got it. We'll be there. Sure do, thank you. Bye.
Did you get it?
Yeah. Couldn't I have a little something to snack on the way, like a ham or a turkey or a side of beef?
Forget your stomach. What's the directions?
Well, first we got to go to the Painted Desert. And he says we got to watch out because it's just been fresh painted. Then we come to Lake Mead and we drive across it. But he says don't use the bridge because it's dangerous. Now we come to the Grand Canyon and we got to be extra careful driving across that rascal because he says that first dip is a lula.
You can't drive across the Grand Canyon.
Okay, and let's eat.
Excuse me, Chief. Would it be possible for me to have a few days off? You see,
Miss Hathaway, you don't have to ask me a question like that. Now then, how long have you been with me?
11 years.
Then you know the answer. It's no.
Very well. I'll tell Mr. Clampett.
Mr. Clampett? What's he got to do with it?
Well, he's the one who asked me if I could get a few days off. You see, Granny's going away, and they needed someone to help out.
Why didn't you say it was for Mr. Clampett?
I took the liberty of checking available personnel, and I found you a most efficient secretary.
Attractive?
Definitely.
That blonde with the great build?
Yes, I'd say he's built beautifully.
He?
And his typing in shorthand.
I get it. Where's Granny leaving? Where's she going?
Well, as I understand it, she's going to a town called Hooterville to take care of Betty Jo Elliott's baby.
Who's Betty Jo Elliott?
She's Kate Bradley's daughter.
Who is Kate Bradley?
I made the mistake of asking Granny that same question. Would you care to hear the saga of the Beasley family who live behind Buzzard Ridge?
Not unless there's money in it.
Then I'll be on my way. You may reach me at the Clampetts.
Ellie, honey, what you doing?
Boiling some grits.
Oh, Ellie, you don't have to do no cooking. Miss Jane's coming over.
Oh, these grits is from our feathered critters. See?
Oh, rock grit.
Yes, sir. They need 'em for their gizzards.
What you boiling for?
To get the tar out. Quick as it boils to the top, I'll skim it off.
I believe to protect them critters, I'd get 'em out of the kitchen.
Oh, that's right. Granny still ain't left.
Well, it ain't Granny they got to fear. It's Jethro. He still ain't at it.
You think y'all get 'em out?
Speaking of Jethro, Granny's looking high and low for him. I'll go check the root cellar.
Hey, Ellie, hey, what's that on the stove?
Grits from our critters.
Critters? How do you like that? Everybody eats except me. Sure do smell good. Look at that nice black gravy. She must have thrown in some molasses. Go the heck with them critters. Boss says human beings comes first.
I think these grits needs to cook 'em out longer.
Jethro!
Uh-oh, they ain't gonna be time.
There you go, stuffing your face when I need you to go out and get me some medical supplies before we leave for Hooterville. You hear me? I need some rickwweed and some sweet gum bark, coltsfoot leaves, and a good big mud dauber's nest because I might have to pull this little fella. Are you listening? What you eating?
Oh, grits and blackstrap molasses. But to tell you the truth, Granny, you cook better in your day.
I didn't cook no grits and blackstrap.
Oh, I see you found Jethro. Reckon you two will be leaving soon.
Yeah, now that he's done stuffing himself with grits.
Grits? Boy, you didn't eat them grits that was boiling on the stove, did you?
Oh, just one helping. But you know something? It sure sits heavy in a fellow's stomach.
Now, never mind. Come on, now, let's get going. I got some doctoring to do in Hooterville.
I think you got some doctoring to do right here.
Who's sick?
Me.
What's the matter?
If I didn't know better, I'd swear I swallowed a bunch of rocks.
You did.
What are you talking about?
Never mind that. Let's get this young'un up to bed.
Come on in, Miss Jane. Sure is nice of you to fill in for Granny.
My pleasure, Ellie. I'm particularly anxious to prepare some of the gastronomical delights indigenous to your native hills.
Well, I sure hope you have some time to do some cooking, too.
I'm preparing collard greens and ham hocks, fatback and black-eyed peas.
Oh, don't forget grits. They's Jethro's favorite.
Excellent. What's the matter with Jethro?
He's feeling a mite rocky.
Oh, cheer up, dear boy. I'm going to fix you a huge pot of grits.
Miss Jane, you could have gone all day without saying that.
He got sick stuffing himself on the grits Ellie was boiling.
Jethro, you big dumb nut. I was boiling rocks.
Yeah? Well, them still the best things you ever cooked.
Leave him be.
Granny, do you think you can help him?
Miss Jane, these is the tender healing hands of a physician and surgeon. I'll cure Jethro if I have to find a big rooster and perform a gizzard transplant.
Where you going, boy? I gotta get away from them tender healing hands.
How's Jethro? Is he going to be all right?
Oh, of course he is. That boy has got a stomach that would make a goat green with envy. Did you call Hooterville and tell them I'd be late?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd they say?
Oh, it sounded like they said, get lost.
Must have said, don't get lost.
Oh, I reckon so.
Well, you run upstairs and keep an eye on Jethro. Take his temperature every half hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, where's your pa and Miss Jane?
Oh, they's out in the kitchen.
Granny keeps his spices and such on the top shelf yonder. You want me to reach them down for you?
No. I must learn to be self-sufficient. Oh!
What's the matter?
It's my sacroiliac. It goes out of me occasionally.
Well, I'll run fetch Granny.
No, please. She might want to perform a spine transplant.
How can I help you?
Well, just let me ease my weight back while you support me.
Sure you don't want me to fetch Granny?
Please promise you won't breathe a word of this to her.
All right.
This'll ease up. I hope I'm not too heavy.
Oh, shucks, no, Miss Jane. I can hold you like this all day.
What's going on here?
Nothing, Granny. We're just talking.
Yeah, we're just standing here trying to decide what to have for supper.
How's Jethro?
He's all right.
Well, then I guess you'll be starting for Hooterville.
Yeah, I'm leaving right away.
Have a good trip.
Yeah, see you when you get back.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, bye.
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 Uh-huh. Bye.
She gone?
Yeah.
I hope she didn't suspect anything.
Oh, no, she's got a lot on her mind. You know, Miss Jane, why don't I pick you up and carry you into the parlor? There's a dandy sofa in there.
Well, I'm afraid I'm too heavy.
Not at all.
Oh, you're so strong.
Certainly, Miss Jane. Holding a young girl in my arms makes me feel young myself.
Oh.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Drysdale. I just got to share my terrible burden with someone.
Well, what is it?
Jed has took leave of his senses.
Oh, Granny, if I have ever known a steady, stable, rational human being, it's Jed Clampett. Whatever made you think such a thing?
He has fell head over heels in love with your secretary, Miss Jane.
The man is stark raving mad.
He's in the parlor, sparking.
Granny, I took Jethro's temperature, and he ain't got no fever at all.
Wish I could say the same for your pa.
How's that?
Oh, fine. A little while, and I'll be able to stand.
Good.
Let's just go back up and take another look at the gizzard, boy.
And here I was, anxious to sharpen my domestic skills, and the first thing I do is sprain my back.
Don't worry about it.
But I do. Like all career girls, I still hope someday Mr. Right will come along.
He will, Miss Jane. Don't you worry.
Fine wife I'll make.
You make a dandy wife.
Oh.
Ready for the big step?
Ready.
With all my worldly goods, I thee endow.
Oh, no. For 11 years, I've treated that girl like a dog. Now she's going to control that 80 million.
How you feeling, Miss Jane?
Just marvelous. Ready to start running the house.
No, wait! Please, Miss Hathaway, come back to the back. I need you.
Why, Mr. Drysdale.
But, Chief...
Don't call me Chief. We're pals, buddies, equals in every way. Oh, I'm going to give you a big raise. You can have my office and your own private secretary.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, say yes! Say yes! I need you!
I think you'd best go with him, Miss Jane. This man is desperate.
Try this business, Miss Hathaway. I think you like it. Is it satisfactory?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
I've heard of coffee breaks before, but a champagne break?
It's no more than you deserve. Oh, try the caviar.
Isn't this a $50 an ounce caviar you kept locked in the vault?
Let's not think of money. Enjoy.
I had these fabulous jewels. Didn't they belong to your wife?
Not any longer. Oh, that must be your private secretary.
Oh.
Come in.
Ready to take dictation, Miss Hathaway.
I'll get it. You two young people just eat, drink, and be merry. Miss Hathaway's office.
That you, Mr. Drysdale? Well, I thought you'd be pleased to know that Jethro is fine again, and we's all fixing to drive Granny to the station to see her off for Petticoat Junction.
By the way, we sure got a chuckle about what you and Granny thought was going on.
What do you mean?
Well, Granny told me that you and her got the idea Miss Jane and me was going to get hitched.
And you ain't? Isn't orange?
Chucks, no. She's a fine young woman, but there ain't nothing twixt us.
Come on, Jed. We'll miss the train to Hooterville.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Mr. Drysdale, what...
Back to the secretarial pool.
You said that I...
Out!
You're taking back the jewelry?
And the raise! And see that you get every one of those fish eggs back in that caviar can and reseal it.
But pal, Buddy!
Chief, to you! And cork that champagne, take it back to the liquor store and get my money back.
Well, I don't understand.
Attention!